Oh, hi. I decided to do a video update. I've been thinking about blogging. I've been thinking about different ways to get my messages out. So I'm trying video, and I might even try putting it on YouTube and starting kind of a chronicle of things. But I have some good news, and I wanted to explain this personally instead of writing this. But a good update, I believe it's a good update. I have no idea yet. I have not talked to my doctors. But on April 24th, when I was unofficially diagnosed with ovarian cancer for the first time, they had taken what we call a cancer antigen 125 test. And that cancer antigen 125 test basically is the cancer marker, the marker for ovarian cancer. Other cancers don't have a test like this, to my knowledge. They may, but it's a different, under a different name. But ovarian cancer has a specific test. And anyway, the scale of a normal person with no cancer is from 0 to 38. And on April 24th, when they took my cancer antigen test, it came out as an 836, so it was way off the charts. So they suspected, without pathology being taken, that I had cancer, ovarian cancer, and that's why they were so sure originally, from the CAT scans and from the cancer antigen number. So anyhow, with that, that scared me. And so did one of the oncologists on duty. He really scared me because he basically said, I saw your scans, got your cancer antigen test, and I'm 120% sure you have ovarian cancer and you've got fluid in your abdomen, and we're going to have to see if that fluid has cancer cells in it. And if it does, it's going to be a bigger issue than just having the cancer in my ovaries. So anyway, really scared me, and of course made my mom and I start praying and crying almost immediately, Dr. Doom. But anyway, I kind of appreciate him now, like in retrospect, because now that I've met my particular oncologist and that the two I'm working with, I realized that I kind of needed somebody to get me out of the denial I was in, and he really did a fine job of that. So anyway, okay, so let's get back to the cancer antigen number, okay? So I had from April 24th to basically June 13th to start on a plant-based diet, which meant lots of salads, juicing. I did a lot of research about it. I've read about a lot of people healing their own cancer holistically through a plant-based diet. And so that encouraged me. It kind of made me feel like I had a little bit of control over my body, which I have to take accountability for my situation, because I don't know if I always tried to be healthy. I exercise, I watch what I eat for the most part. But, I love a good hamburger every now and then, and I love some fries, and, just weekends when we go out to eat, we would, kind of get what we wanted. And so for the most part, I watch my diet and exercise, and I was probably healthier than a lot of people, but I really took pride in being a healthy individual up until now that I've been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. So it kind of hurt me to find out I had ovarian cancer, but I have to take some accountability because I wasn't hyper-focused like I could have been. So I went on this plant-based diet for nearly 2 months, and on June 12th, they took my cancer antigen number again, and it went from 836 to like 438. Okay, so it halved. And of course, I talked to my oncologist about this, and he kind of blows it off, because I think these oncologists are so involved in their medicine and studying their medicines that they have to treat people. they may not have the bandwidth to look into holistic healing or anything like that, and they might think that's because it's not FDA approved or anything that maybe, doesn't do too much of anything. So they say, oh, we're research based here at the oncology. Nothing against them. That's their job. And I do believe God has put all these plants on the earth to help us with our healing processes and to be healthy and get a proper nutrition. As I believe that, I also believe that God gave our doctors the intelligence and, so I kind of half and half on the holistic, oncology kind of thing, half and half. And I wanted to get chemo because getting chemo means that if my cancer shrinks, I get to get it cut out. And I really want surgery to get everything cut out. So, because I'm fortunate, so far it's not on any of my vital organs, okay? So I'm able to get my particular cancer cut out. So I really want that. So, all right. So yesterday I had chemo, and the day before, which is July 5th, they took another cancer antigen test. And with that, I got it back yesterday while I was having chemo. It's down to 238. 238. I've decreased my cancer marker antigen number from 836 to 238, 2/3 less. I'm getting closer and closer to my 38 mark, okay? So I take this as an incredible sign, and this really psychs me out and pumps me up, and I'm like, all right, here we are, we're on the road. And so I get really excited about that. So I wanted to explain that for those people who are out here dealing with cancer and they've got some time prior to chemo, a plant-based lifestyle might be a really great way to kind of shrink your cancer. Also, I'm also plant-based now, a little bit more pescatarian than plant-based, but now that I'm on chemo, my food needs to be cooked. I can't really eat salads, especially out, because I don't know how they clean the vegetables and so forth. So I have to be really careful about raw foods and making sure they're clean, they're scrubbed, they're soaked in salt for a little while. That's the tip that the nutritionist gave me. And so it's a little different right now on chemo, my diet, than it was prior to chemo. And as I get my surgery and I'm recovering from my surgery, it might be a little different then. So, so I don't mean to confuse anybody, but, it's just a little different. They really worry about foodborne allergy reactions. When you're going through chemo, they don't really want you to have those kind of complications. So anyway, so I just wanted to share my good news from 836 to 458 to 238. And that is really incredible to me. And I just felt that that's a really good sign. Of course, I haven't talked to my oncologist yet, because he was kind of like, well, if you go down in numbers because of chemo, it's really great. But I'm like, well, what about if I go down in numbers without chemo? Isn't that great too? But anyway, he's going to have to factor in some way or another. He's going to have to make sense of it. But anyway, I am excited about that. I feel a good road. And it's nice to know that my oncologist formulated the right cocktail for my particular cancer. I have something called Ovarian ductal cancer. It's hormone-driven cancer. It's aggressive, okay? But from what I hear, all ovarian cancers are aggressive. So, but my doctor seems very familiar with this, has treated this before. He feels good about me being a candidate for surgery. So I'm looking forward to all of these things coming up in the future. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to share this with my Facebook friends. And God is in this all over it, quite actually, from beginning to now. And I do not want to come across as if this is my doing or even the oncologist doing. God is all over this, because I have so many people out there praying for me. My brother-in-law tells me I have an army praying for me, and I love that, and I appreciate that. And keep the prayers coming. Love you guys. Bye-bye.